Yeah. And he, I mean, Linka, I mean, his personal life aside, 'cause he does have a lot of things that went on that weren't so positive in his personal life, but his professional life, I mean, when he does something, and like you said, like John Wick, he didn't, $20 million, he wasn't paid that much for this movie, and at least on the front end at all. And look at the franchise it becomes. Same thing with Matrix. It's like, he made Matrix a huge franchise. I mean, everything he kind of does is very successful, and it kind of, I mean, it's
Well,
good for. I'm glad because he's a good person. He's good karma, and
for sure. But it's almost like he's had to reinvent himself, or because, like, I discovered him in Bill and Ted, of course, which is my favorite
yeah,
movie of all
of
time.
course, yeah,
And he was around for a while and kind of a joke to a
yeah.
degree
No,
for
because of that
Monty
movie, I
Python.
think too. Yeah,
Hmm?
Well, he didn't find his niche acting stuff. Remember, he did Bram Stoker, and he was real awkward in it.
it
And
was. Yeah,
he Bill and
yeah,
Ted, perfect casting.
The
Point
Matrix was
Break,
kind of his comeback.
yeah,
yeah.
Point Break, perfect casting. He did a bunch of,
Totally Point
wasn't there
Break.
like a devil movie in
Devil's
there?
Devil's
Advocate.
Advocate,
Yeah, and where
isn't it?
you're like, he was trying to do some stuff that it just didn't work. And then the Matrix, it's kind of like Schwarzenegger, like these roles fit his style of acting. He doesn't, I wouldn't say he's broad, but he's very good at what he
Yeah.
does.
Oh, even Speed too. Speed was also a huge movie for
Speed,
him.
exactly.
I love Speed.
That was a great
Oh, you
movie.
mean the
Really,
movie? I like all of it.
Yeah,
he's really appealing on
yeah.
screen for sure. And I think all great actors reinvent themselves. Most
Mhm.
musicians reinvent themselves over time. You have to stay relevant, and then you grow out of one phase and into another. So it only makes sense that he would grow in his roles, the kind of things that he likes to take on. But man, does he take on some really arduous roles, because doing this kind of film for a friend, the kind of training and hours and time commitment spent is just no joke at all.
He's no spring chicken.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially for this fourth
How
one.
dare you?
Yeah.
We're almost the same age.
I mean, that is true. But it's impressive how physical he is in
Yeah.
these movies, and he
Crazy.
pulls it all off.
Absolutely crazy. And originally, when they were writing the script for John Wick, they had imagined him to be a man in his 60s. There's just no way.
No.
So they had to change that around. Oh, but I wanted to go back to why Chad got solo directing credit. And that's because David Leitch decided to take, not Lynch, Leitch decided to take producer credit instead, because DGA regulations only allowed for one director on the title card, which is strange because you can do co-directing, but for whatever reason at that time. So
but I mean, there have been co-directors, the Hughes brothers.
Wachowski, wasn't that before? Maybe it was the contract that the movie was made under.
Specific contract.
Yeah.
Very specific, because I had never heard that before, that you couldn't share a title card. So that's why. But he did put in the work, but he was happy to take producing credit on it.
20 million. Maybe it was a SAG ultra low budget.
Mhm.
Ultra low.